there, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about John Romero's zombie movies. This is part of my little series of films which I'm talking about. Started with Halloween last week. This week it's the zombie movies. I always feel like I should have done this ages ago and haven't done it. I don't know why it's taken this long to do the zombie movies, but here we are. The thing about zombies is zombies terrify me. Zombies are the one thing they get under my skin. I really have problems. Like most of the time I'll put and watch them in DVD or something. I'm not going to go to the cinema for them. I made that mistake once with Land of the Dead, and that was a very creepy experience. So, but usually I don't. It's only the slow moving zombies to get to me. The fast moving zombies, not a problem. They're not scary at all. They're just like this infected thing that's not interesting. I just have no problem with those fast moving zombies. They're just not creepy at all. They're just things that get shot. They're nothing. They don't resemble humans. They're just things. The slow moving zombies feel like humans who are dead, who are moving slowly, and something creepy about that just gets under my skin. There's just something irrational that just does something, makes me go, ooh, you know. It's just I don't know what. It's just there's something about it that just does something that makes me go, ooh. So slow moving zombies get me. Fast moving zombies, not a problem. To me, they're not zombies. They're something else. They're just not zombies. I'm offended by them called zombies, to be honest. Because zombies should scare me and these don't. Right, so John Romero was the one who started these zombie movies. He was the one who originated them. There were zombie movies from the 30s, like White Zombie, Bela Lugosi, and the voodoo thing, but it was a little subgenre that wasn't even at the level of a mummy movie or something. It was like so subgenre, not even like Universal was spending much money on it. You know, it was like there was a Watch for Zombie by the Archeo one with Val Luton. Every so often there was a Watch for Zombie movie. There was Plague of the Zombies from Hammer, which was a good one. But these were like little things, like, it's obviously the directors thought they were a good thing about enslavement and capitalism. They were a good little metaphor for capitalism run amok. Like zombies being used to do the work of humans should be paid for, and instead they use zombies. That was just the thing with zombies, that was it. And I never found them scary, I just found them interesting looking. They were just these creepy people there. They weren't going to try and eat you. John Romero added that. With him it was like suddenly the living dead, the dead have started to come out to life and are coming to eat you. That's it, that's simple. Could be your family coming after you. All it is the living dead. And to me that's just, ooh, you know, I don't know why, that just gets to me completely. So the first one he made was Night Living Dead, and released in '68. It was not expecting much, it was just them doing a movie. They just didn't make a film that was, because of a documentary filmmakers in Pittsburgh, they wanted to make a film, so they made this film, Night Living Dead. They took the zombie thing, changed to whatever they wanted, just to make it creepier, something for them. There's still rules that would be developed through the rest of the films. Like in this one of the zombies actually chase the lead actress, the lead character, through for quite a while, which would never happen again in any other zombie movies, because it was like, no, I'm not going to do that again. But the rest of it, but usually were just the mindless creatures who are just hungry and were just going to keep after you. And you can easily get surrounded by them because there's so many, and they were just kept on coming and coming. And you had to shoot in the brain, to kill the brain before they would die. And they would eat anything. Anything was alive. Rawr. That was it. They didn't care. You could be anybody, you could be a loved one. If they're dead, they'll eat you. You could be the child and they'd eat you. Just like, you know, if you get bitten, you become one of them. If they surround you, you're going to be eaten alive. Just creepy, just ooh, creepy. So, this was a home run. This was a new monster, home run. completely something completely different, and it's had legs for years. Now, even now, there's zombie movies everywhere. It's like way too many of them. There's just so many now. It's like, oh, not another bloody zombie movie. Please, less zombie movies. I mean, there has been good spin-offs of the zombie movie. I mean, Cronenberg did some good stuff with Shivers and the Rabid. He took that and created his own little space with that. There's been comedies like Shaun of the Dead or Zombieland, which are fun. There've been nice little takes in the zombies since then. But mainly, you've had the Italian rip-offs in the late 70s after Dawn of the Dead, that into the 80s. You had them as well. They were like the exploitation ones that they had a lot of fans. Lots of blood, lots of gore. But generally, I mean, the Walking Dead, the TV show, which I've never had any interest in. And it's like, well, you've had lots of zombies, but, you know, the Romero stuff, especially the first three, have been like the holy, you know, these have been the great zombie movies that just demand respect. These are the perfect examples of the genre. So the first one, Night of the Living Dead, is a black and white exploitation movie, basically. It has a few, apart from the zombies themselves, it's also set in black and white because that's what all they can afford. And that really helps with the atmosphere, it just creates this atmosphere of dread throughout. There's no escape. Everything's cheap, everything's nasty. There's nowhere to, there's no money for any real special effects. Everything feels very much, you know, everything's breaking down. Everything's just rough the way things are rough in real life. There's no like escape. Once you're trapped, you're a problem. And really, in this one, most of these characters are trapped in this house. After the zombies start attacking, they're trapped in the house, and the zombies know they're there, and the zombies are coming. They can sense them. They're coming to eat, and that's it. And they have to try and destroy the zombies at some point. That's all they try to do: kill the zombies before the zombies kill them, and they fail. That's it. It's not a film with a happy outcome. And the zombies win, and at the end, the zombies are. The plague is going to continue. So I mean, the other thing that has a black lead. Before this, maybe it was Sidney Poitier would maybe in the film, but generally it was always white guys in the lead. And this one, kind of like in Assault on Precinct 13, it doesn't matter, really. It's just like, he's the lead character, he's the best actor you get. Who cares? Like, who cares what colour they are? It doesn't matter. It's just like, this person's competent, they know what they're doing, they're the lead character. That's it. Which is the way it should be, it really should be in any film. It's like, the person's race, unless there's a reason for it in the plot. If it's a story like this, it shouldn't matter. Black, white, Hispanic. As long as the actor's the best actor you can get, put them in there, no one's going to care. It's not like the 60s where this was a big thing. Now it should just be a case of no one cares. As long as it's a good lead, no one's going to care. And he's the most sympathetic character, but he gets a lot of stuff wrong as well. And he has to deal with some loudmouth guy called Harry who thinks he knows better, and whose daughter is slowly turning into a zombie in the cellar. Oh yeah, this is a film where a little girl turns into a zombie and eats her mother. That's why they're creepy. That stuff happened in this film. They didn't care about the sensitivities. This was the late 60s, and before that there was still some sensitivities. Psycho had gone a bit far, but this was the one that had a daughter eating her mother. That was the one that just went like, oh my god. So this is a film where a lot of taboos were broken. Everybody dies at the end. There's no survival. Usually there's any kind of horror movie up till then, everything's restored at the end, everything's sorted at the end. This one, nope, everyone's dead. Your lead character survives a zombie by hiding, zombie attack by hiding in the cellar. They don't get him. When he escapes the cellar in the morning, he gets shot by the rednecks who are going around shooting zombies. And they, because of the way he was moving, they thought he was a zombie, they shot him. So, it was like, he just can't get a break. And they might have shot him if even because if they were racist, who knows. Yeah, I mean, everybody dies. The girl who's the female lead, her brother gets eaten by a zombie in the first few minutes. She escapes, gets to the farmhouse, meets the other people, becomes catatonic, and then her brother is from the horde attacks, and she gets killed by her brother. You know, everything happens that's horrible. It's a wonderful film, but it's very creepy to me, so I don't watch it very often. I just think it's a very creepy film, so it's not something that's on my to-watch list. Next was Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, like, well, Night of the Living Dead is revered as one of the great films. Dawn of the Dead is one of those sequels that actually is even more loved than the original, and the original is very, very highly regarded. This is a social satire. Zombies in a shopping mall, where the zombies go to places where they went to when they were humans, before they turned into zombies. Just they're going by motor instinct, and they're going to eat. And these 4 people who escaped from a TV station, have landed on a shopping mall, have locked it off from the zombies, and are suddenly bored because they've escaped from the zombie apocalypse, and now they've been trying to escape and trying to survive and trying to avoid getting bored while these zombies are all around them because they can smell the meat, the fresh meat. So it becomes this parody of like capitalism and how useless capitalism actually is, because there's all this stuff but it doesn't mean anything. The people are bored by it, there's no challenge to it. The people inside are surviving, but they're bored to tears. Outside, the zombies are moving around like just using their instincts, and they're just like the horde of people who go around their daily lives on instinct. So it's like it's a total satire on humanity and how it's most of his actions actually are almost predetermined and locked into them in a way, and the only thing zombies can do is eat and or not eat if they can't get access to the food, which of course is capitalism. You have to have access to the food we'll eat, and they can't get into this shopping mall, which they desire so much to get these people who are also in the shopping mall. So it's a really funny film, and it's, again, you've got a black lead, this time placed more self-consciously. You've also got a guy who has been bitten by a zombie and he's slowly turning into a zombie, but everyone's trying to hope that he won't. That's just delusion. You get all these people who are very the 4 people in the shopping mall getting bored. One of them's pregnant, one's a woman who's pregnant, one of them's a helicopter pilot, there's another one who can fly a helicopter as well, and the lover of the woman, the father, was the one who turned into a zombie. So it's not good. It's really not good. Things are just going bad, and a lot of this is actually about it's not expressing this through obvious satire. It's just how they go through their lives and how they're going through the location and are getting bored, and you just watch them slowly lose the will to live. So stuff is not stated, but it's just felt through the edits, through the camera work, and I haven't seen this film for a long time actually, but I remember really well the atmosphere of it more than the plot. And eventually, after all the bored, all these people have been bored, and zombies have been bored and trapped, eventually the world crashes as these bikers arrive and attack the mall, attack the zombies in the mall, and they just cause havoc and end up causing this oasis of sanity to just collapse in itself, and most people die in it. So I mean, for action fans, the first third is as they escape from the TV station and go to the shopping mall and lock it off. There's action there, and at the end there's action as the bikers attack, but in the middle there's no action. And there's funny zombies, Harry Krishna zombies. There's these 2 kid zombies who are attacking one of them. It's just like anyone could get and put the makeup on, there would be a zombie and they'd be like, ah. Of course, most of the heroes die. 2 of them survive. Originally it was going to be a down ending where everyone died, but they decided that would actually be less fun than actually having some people survive, because that would be the most unexpected thing from this film, because it seems to be going towards a down ending throughout. You almost sense that everything's going to go wrong before even the bikers arrive. It's almost like human beings are willing, it's almost like people in the mall are willing the zombies to attack because they're so bored and so lost and they're completely unmotivated, because even though they're living, there's no real escape from the circumstance. You know, there's no hope for the future, there's no nothing. They are the living dead in some way, but, you know, well, the living dead are outside, they're the dead living, because they're living but inside are dead because there's nothing to fight for. Even though the woman's pregnant, she has no hope for the future for having a baby, so it's a very dark future. And then at the end, 2 of them survive. 2 out of the 4 survive and everyone else is dead. So it's a very faint victory. It's not completely horrible, but it feels kind of horrible. So then we move on to Day of the Dead, the final part of the original zombie trilogy. This was the one that was meant to be the weak one, until later on people realised it was a very good film on its own. It's just it's so bleak that I don't think people could take it, because no matter how bleak the first 2 zombie films were, this one's bleaker. This one's dark. This is like humanity's been on for a while now, the zombies have been around for ages. And it's just this little outpost, this little army outpost, to try to find a way to deal with the zombie apocalypse. And there are a few left, there's just very few people left who can do anything. Most of them are in the army, and the army is 40 bits. The lead guy is totally insane, and he's basically a bully squad. Having his people just bully everybody and threaten people in the most horrible ways imaginable. Well, there's a lot of gore. The most horrible things is what people say to each other in this. This is just humans being horrible to each other. And the zombies are off screen for a lot of the film. I mean, a lot of time you see them coming towards the base, but they can't get through the fences. Or the zombies that have been captured and they're doing experiments on them. But most of the time it's just the humans attacking each other and being brutal to each other and threatening to rape each other, and it just suggests that humanity's going to hell, it deserves to die, you know, there's no hope for the future. But then again, and throughout this you start to see one of the zombies, Bob, slowly learn things and slowly show signs of who he was before he was a zombie, and it suggests a slight evolution of the zombies. Like, some of them can remember things, some of them have something. It's not human, but something else, not just being this machine just there to eat people. And you've also got a few of the pilots, helicopter pilots and scientists who try to think, is there somewhere else we can go? Is there a way out of here that's not this? And that's what eventually what happens, is a few of them actually survive and escape this hell to go to this island they know about. Well, everyone else gets torn to bits with the zombies in the end. Eventually the zombies get through the fence and they get into the base and start tearing everybody to bits. I mean, there's less obvious satire in this one there was in Dawn of the Dead, because there's no shopping mall, it's just this army base, and these people have been horrible to each other, because it's literally hell on earth. Which I think was what people put off by when they first saw the film. It was too much for them. It was like, you're expecting lots of gore, which you get, but you weren't expecting this level of horror of people behaving this way. I think it really put people off when they first saw the film. But it's been reappreciated now. It's thought it was a great film, so that's wonderful. It's the last of the great zombie movies by Romero, to be honest. It's the last great zombie movie, if I'm being completely honest. There's never been another great zombie movie. There's been zombie movies, but there's never been a great one. The best ones you've had as comedies after this. At least for me, you know. There might be one or two out there, but most of what I've heard, or the ones I've seen, the ones I've heard of, usually it's pretty good for a zombie movie, but that's usually it. So Romero made 3 other zombie movies. He went away from the zombies for a while, made stuff like The Dark Half, and tried to do other movies throughout. He didn't want to stick to the zombie movie, he wanted to do one once in a while, but not all the time, even though he was typed as a zombie director. So in the noughties, 2000s onwards, he kind of come back to the zombie movie because there wasn't other movies made, and that's why he really made in that period. And that was a bit of a shame because I think his passion had kind of gone from it. He could still do stuff with it, but it wasn't quite the same. But he made 3 films. He made Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, and Survivors of the Dead. And they all have good moments in them. They're not worthless, but they're not the same level as the first 3 movies. Land of the Dead is kind of a continuation on from the trilogy, where it's now backed by Universal. It's a bit more pared down. There's less gore in this one than there was in the other one, but there's still some gore. There's now this city that's cut off by the water from the zombies, and the people from the city go out in these armoured vehicles to steal food from the various towns round about, and they kill zombies when they see them, and they just steal the food. And it's a case of they're getting the stuff and the rich take it and use it, and they sell it to the rich basically, and some of them are trying to survive and get houses in the towers and to become one of the higher classes by doing this, and other ones are just doing it to survive. And it's more like a class thing where basically people are still trying to hang on to this idea of a class system, and the rich and the poor and all the rest of it. What are zombies about? And they're trying to ignore the problem of zombies. And it doesn't work out well. The zombies are again evolving slowly but surely to remember. They're not quite remembering what they were, but there is a sense of what they were. And they're moving on, and slowly they start to realise they can walk through the water. The water's not a problem, and that's a big thing. Suddenly the defences of these rich people don't matter because the zombies are going to come for them. So Dennis Hopper plays the leader of the city, and he's pretty brutal. He tries to behave as if he's a nice guy and he cares about the people, but he doesn't care. He's just out for himself and out for his own people, his own rich people. And he keeps that up until it's too late, and then he realises the zombies are coming, there's no escape. You know, at the same time, John Leguizamo plays this guy who's sucked up to him, and he's trying to get a place in the upper classes, and it turns out he's never gonna. They view him as a lower class scum, and that's it. So he steals this thing called the Dead Reckoning, this armoured truck with missiles and things. He's going to blow up all the defences of the city and blow up the towers with all the weaponry, unless he gets lots of money and plays at the table basically. And Dennis Hopper won't negotiate with terrorists because this was the Bush era, and he sends people out to kill him, and all hell breaks loose. Nobody gets what they want, everybody dies in horrible ways, and it's just a mess. But again, like the other Romero movies, now having a down ending is not really that interesting, so he allows a few people to escape, to move on. Their home's been destroyed, everything's been destroyed, but at least they're going to try and move on and find something that's beyond what was there. So it has Simon Baker as a lead actor. He's quite good, playing a very normal character, and it's a really fun movie. It's very enjoyable. It's underrated actually. I think it was hated in first release because it wasn't as hardcore as Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead. They're expecting something much more brutal, and it didn't get that. But I think now you watch it, and some of the kind of metaphors for the Bush era are a bit obvious, but it's still an enjoyable film. Diary of the Dead, probably the weakest of them. Diary of the Dead is Romero went back to making zombie movies again, but he decided to go back to the beginning of the zombie outbreak, like as it's just starting, and he's going with this group, or he's using the found footage film with this group of filmmakers who are making a mummy movie. Suddenly they get attacked by the zombies. They're trying to escape and try to work a way to actually survive within this new world. And you just see them for the first couple of weeks as they try and find a way to survive the zombie outbreak. That's it, that's all it's about. It's like like where can you go and what can you do to try and survive this, and how do you react to this new outbreak. And it's enjoyable. It's a bit more amateurish with the acting. Again, some of the social media stuff's on the nose, a bit on the nose. It's an old guy commenting on a new generation, and sometimes a bit tone deaf. But it's still enjoyable. It's still a really enjoyable film. It's still made by someone who knows the zombie genre. You know, you can do a good suspense sequence. There's a bit like a zombie clown, which is fun. There's a bit inside this base where there's a zombie, and no one knows who it is and where it is because it's all very dark. So there's lots of nice moments. It's just that it's a bit of a mess at times, but it's still well worth. All the Romero zombie movies are worth seeing, even the weaker ones, because he knows what he's doing. He's still a good director. The final one, Survival of the Dead, this was made not long before he died, and this is kind of the idea of doing a zombie western. It's set after Die of the Dead. The world's now falling to bits. They go some soldiers who you saw in Die of the Dead go to this island where they hear there's safety from the zombies. It turns out there's not. There's zombies on the island as well, but the zombies are being corralled. Like there's two families who hate each other, so that's kind of a western thing of two families who are feuding. One wants to try and put the zombies all together and kill them and see if they can be rehabilitated some way or brought back to life, which is completely delusional thinking. Another one's just kill them all, just brutally kill them all. But it's much more to do with the fact that these two families are just hating each other, and the zombies are almost like a distraction from their hate of each other. It's almost like how humans beings can be tribes and they'll still find ways to fight each other. No matter what, they will still fight each other. Even if they're dead, even after becoming zombies, they're still watching each other with hate. The instincts are still there, and it's just the ingrained stupidity. And so yeah, the big theme is how human beings can just be trapped in this habit. They're territorial, they stick to what they know. Even like Dawn of the Dead, they stick to even if they're dead, they stick to the shopping malls. There's this instinctive people and how it can cause me self-destruct, whether they're zombie or human. They've almost been mechanically going through the motions of what they know, what they can do, and what they've learned, and it becomes this ingrained thing to them that they can't get out of. So even when they're faced with zombies, they can't get out of it because they're trapped by their instincts. And when they become zombies, they're still trapped by their instincts. Like if they have a feud with somebody when they're human, it'll stay in their brain, and when they're a zombie, it's still something they're going to keep coming after. So this hunger of human beings, even become zombies, are still there. So it's almost like the mechanical aspect of humanity that's shown in zombies. Like the zombies just want to eat. That's it. That's all they want. Just the same way people want to consume and eat to survive, the zombies want to eat to survive, and it's almost like the human beings have been stripped out of anything beyond most basic function. And so it's taken away our humanity entirely and just stuck with the slab of meat and what it wants, even unthinking. And that's what zombie movies are, and that's why I think they're creepy. They're very creepy. And Romero still made the best ones. Nowadays zombie movies are kind of just blah. They're just there. There was one thing in zombies, they just go on the way the vampire movies go on. Every so often you get a good one, but usually it's not. So they've just become a cliche, they've become something that can be exploited. They're easy to make, and people still like them. Even though everyone's now suspicious when you say a zombie movie, it could be rubbish, but people still can't help but give it a shot. So that's the Romero zombie movies. I hope you enjoyed it. There'll be another horror film series next week, and so I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much. You know, like, subscribe, and write down what your favourite zombie movies are so I can see what they are. If there's other ones I've missed that are unusual or interesting, I'm sure there is some interesting zombie movies that I've just completely ignored in what I've just said. So I'll see you later.